This is Alex Barnwell with Barnwell Insurance and Financial Services. Today we're going to talk about auto insurance. So the first thing you need to know is how does the different parts of auto insurance work. The first part of auto insurance is liability. That protects other people that you have injured. The largest claims are here. So if you hurt or kill somebody in a car wreck, that is to protect you so that you'll have money to pay for the lawsuit that they're obviously going to file. And that keeps you living in your house, and there's a lot of things, big protection. We notice a lot of people when we do this that they have very low coverage here, and it's very inexpensive to increase this coverage. The next coverage we have on auto policies is basically protects you and your passengers, and that's medical payments and uninsured motorists. So medical payments, if you can imagine that you're driving around and you and everybody in your car has a pot of money in your lap, and if you get hurt in an accident, whether it's your fault, somebody else's fault, doesn't matter, then you can reach in there and get money out of that pot to help pay your medical expenses, lost wages, whatever they are. The next coverage that protects you and your passengers is uninsured motorist. So in Tennessee, that's not only the uninsured motorist, which is about 30% of the people that are driving around, but it's also the underinsured motorists, the ones that have these low limits. So if you got hits, for example, head on by somebody that didn't have insurance or had very low limits of insurance, then their liability would pay if they had it, and then the uninsured motorist would pay in addition to that on top of it. So you want to make sure that you and your passengers are protected if they get hurt really bad in an accident. Then we go down to coverage on your car, and the first coverage that we're going to talk about is collision. And basically collision means that you ran into something and damaged your car and it was your fault. Now when you file that claim, that's a chargeable claim. So you file it and it's going to make your insurance rates go up for 3 years. They're going to surcharge it. So one thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you have a higher deductible on that, because it will be chargeable and make your rates go up. We usually recommend a $1,000 deductible. Because you should be filing a claim under $1,500–1,800 anyhow. You'll lose on that end. And then comprehensive is another physical damage coverage, and that basically is when something else runs into you. A hailstorm, a dog, a deer, rock kicks up and hits your window, just anything that's an act of God. When you file that claim, there is no surcharge, so that because you weren't at fault, so you need to carry a lower deductible there. Now most companies will come in and they want you to have a $500 deductible here and a $500 deductible here, because that's where they make their most money. That's where their profit is. So we want you to do $1,000 and $100, because that gives the benefit to you and not the insurance company. Some additional coverages that you have on an auto policy are road service. Now road service is just like having AAA. The only difference is that road service follows the car. AAA follows the person listed on the policy, or the people listed on the policy. So this is much less expensive. So if you had AAA, you're paying $110 a year. With road service, you're paying $5 a year per car. So a lot different. And then the last coverage is rental reimbursement. Rental reimbursement lets you call Enterprise and they'll come pick you up if your car's in a claim. So that pays for that rental car. Now Horace Mann, we are the teacher's insurance company. So there's a few things that we do in addition to this that no other companies do. For example, we're the only company that protects you if you're transporting a student. No other company does that because they feel like that's part of your job as an educator. And then of course your liability carrier with your school tells you not to take children or students with you. So we cover that gap. The next thing is if you have a comprehensive or a collision claim on school property, then we waive the deductible. So if somebody vandalizes your car and you're at a football game or whatever, then you wouldn't have a deductible for us to fix that. Horace Mann also gives you a $1,000 pet coverage. So if your dog or your cat were traveling with you and got hurt or killed in an accident, there's up to $1,000 for veterinary bills or burial expenses. And then one thing we do too is we have replacement cost on your new car. So if you buy a new car, you're the first owner of it, we replace that car for the first year. So no matter what it costs, we don't depreciate it. And then the accident forgiveness, after you've had a policy with us for 5 years and then you haven't had a claim, then you can actually have a chargeable claim every 3 years and we don't raise your rates. So that's just an award for being safe, but then messing up one time. And then we also give you up to $35 for transportation expenses if you're driving somewhere, you go to a party or something, and you don't feel like you can drive back, then we'll reimburse you for up to $35 for an Uber or a cab or whatever you need to get back. And then we also will cover you up to $1,000 worth of stuff that you have that you use in your job if it were damaged or stolen out of your car. So our rates are usually really good and competitive when you compare with other companies, and with the specific educator benefits we have, we're usually a really good buy for educators and educator families. So I'd encourage you to click on the URL code below, fill out the interest card, and let us give you an auto insurance quote. And when you fill that out, you'll also be entering the door prize that we give away every week. So with that, have a great day.